uh, from the iPad being in a live stream. Oh, there it is. It
Ladies and
says live.
gentlemen, we are live for
It says live.
Ryemageddon. It is officially June 6th,
June
6
6th,
o'clock.
6 o'clock. What
Ryemageddon,
y'all
baby.
doing?
So how's everybody feeling?
Tired, man.
Tired? Been a long
Uh,
Yeah,
road.
man.
It's been a long road. It's been a long week. We said we were gonna come together and we were gonna make this happen. One of the big questions that we everybody had with bated breath was Jones gonna be here? And ladies and gentlemen, Jones is here. Give a big round of applause for
Jones,
the man with the
wait,
Hey,
plan.
don't applaud too hard. It might not be long.
He might drop out at any point. He might drop out, but hopefully not. Hopefully we can keep you in and keep your attention going for long enough. I know you got a lot of stuff on your plate, so we appreciate you taking time to join us. Um, what are
definitely.
you sipping on over there, Jones? Because it is Ramageddon, and we said we wanted everybody to bring a favorite ride along. Looks like your ride looks a little clear.
Yeah, my rye is water.
Okay,
My favorite rye.
all right. I like Fiji water too. I don't know if it classifies as rye, but I know you've been busy today, so we'll let you slide on it. And we got the main man from Dark Spirits, B, out there. B, what you
What's
got
up?
going
What's up?
on?
What's up?
What you sipping on?
Hey, I was kind of inspired by the video I saw yesterday that you made, Jones and Mann video drop about the Sazerac Rye. So it's funny because I had actually hoping this a few weeks back. I got a review in progress of this, so I figured I'll go ahead and bring it out. I'm gonna warm up, and hey, since we said that before I start, I want to just pour out a little something for everybody who passed away this year for the COVID and any type of social justice cause. Cheers to everybody out there.
Yep,
Boom.
yep.
Salute.
Most definitely. I was sipping on something else at the start of this. A little bit of ancient age, but I pulled out 1910 Pendleton. It's a Canadian rye. We hope to get an episode up showing and telling you about that. We did do the
Yeah.
Sazerac earlier, so check that out.
Oh,
I guess I'm just so excited. We didn't even intro this thing like we normally do, but I'm Man of Jones and Man. This is Jones on the side, and I gotta get my sides right. And on my other side, I got B from Dark Spirits. And B, you
hmm,
brought up a very good point. It's been a crazy week. Honestly, I'm not even gonna say week. Wow, 2022, and we're not gonna get political. We're not gonna go all into all of that. But I do want to say that today we're gonna make time to just have good vibes, sit with each other, have a nice good drink, and after this is over, I want you to continue that by sitting down, having a drink with someone. If they don't drink, do like Jones, have a water and just have a conversation, have a coffee, because conversation, communication, love, respect is vital in us trying to make this world a better place. So, without further ado, we're gonna keep this thing rocking and rolling. To the Joneses out there, and as you said, B, to the viewers, what are
to the
y'all
viewers.
sipping? What are y'all sipping on out there? What you got? What you got in your glass? Go ahead and put it in the comments. Let us know what you're sipping on. Um, B, you have a fantastic channel over there at Dark Spirits, and I felt
Uh,
like we would be doing ourselves a disjustice if we didn't give you an opportunity to tell our viewers and our Joneses out there what you got going on. Really introduce yourself because they hear us, me and Jones all the time, so they probably tired of hearing from us. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on over there at Dark Spirits.
oh yeah, man. Thanks because I'm glad you said that. Glad you said that because I know this is kind of awkward. A lot of people's watching like, yo, who the hell is this dude, and like, why is he on here, so forth and so on. But it's funny because like I got a couple questions that I wanted to ask you guys, and as part of my questions, it'll answer all those questions about how it is we hooked up. But before I get into that, I want to just shout out everybody in the chat. I see Devi Pittman, who I think was first. I see Tasty Tuesday reviews.
What's
Leroy
up?
Steven.
The boys
Oh,
over there
Leroy
Tasty
Steven,
Tuesday.
man, that Knob Creek. Oh man. Yo, y'all saw my video on Tasty Tuesday's reviews. Shout out South Carolina. I see Brinson Perry. I see DJ Shepard. I see AJ Travels 365. Jamie Reed, JS. I see Monet, Money Loke, AJ Travels, Queen. I know who I am. Oh, with the drink avatars, that's special. Orange Bird, Queen. I know who I am. Hey, everybody, if you have not, this might be a time to start drinking if you haven't before. Go get that airplane bottle, go get that nip or whatever. So I wanted to shout out everybody in the chat. Now let me get into my little thing. So what I want to do is just really like celebrate Jones and Mann, really, and just celebrate your success, because I wasn't one of the day ones, but I was there at pretty much the early beginning. So with that being said, because I'm a viewer and I'm a fan also. Oh, also everybody watching, like, I don't know Jones and Mann personally. I know nothing about them except for what they've told me, and we've talked for maybe 2 hours before this video.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I got a couple of questions. I want to go back to your very first video, which dropped on November 12th, 2017.
Ciroc.
So this would have been around Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
And it was about Ciroc French vanilla. So I know starting a YouTube channel is like a big undertaking. So don't tell me about that. Tell us a little bit about the week leading up to when you pressed record.
Okay.
You want to go first, man, or you want me to go first?
So I really feel like this would be two very different views and takes on it. So let me let you go first, Jones. Let me let you go first.
All right, so I'll go ahead and tell you, like, Jones and Mann, the entire conception and really the management of the channel is 99% Mann. I am 100% Jones, or 99% of the time. And as it started, he came up, and we've been day ones since college. And he was like, "Hey, we like to drink. I think we should do a YouTube channel." And I was like, nah, that's all right. He was like, "But you cook, you drink. I mean, you do all these things. You got all these hobbies. This would be a great idea for you." And he finally coaxed me into it. I got back from vacation, and we set up in my kitchen. And believe it or not, the Ciroc was not our first review. Our first review.
Yep, go ahead.
So our first review was actually, I think it was Eagle Rare.
Yep.
And we sit down and we go through it. We get all our stuff together. We sip, we taste, and we give our review. And at the end, they're like, "Yeah, that was dope. That was cool." And I walked back around, and somebody forgot to press record on the camera.
Oh!
we won't call any names, but it starts with a J.
The debut video. All right, we're all ready. Maybe y'all was a little bit too excited.
Yeah. My kid was big into YouTube, and I just in getting involved with him and figuring out how everything worked, and making sure I was supporting his process. I was like, man, I think we could do some YouTubing. And I was like, well, the only thing I'm really I do a lot and do on a regular is drink. But I noticed that everybody always comes over when I had a little small liquor cabinet. Well, it really wasn't small, but I had a little small liquor cabinet, tried to keep what was new. Even in college, Jones, all the time, we would go to the liquor store and look for what was new and just buy it. And then I usually would check reviews for people reviewing alcohol and stuff, and it would turn out that, they would say, this was fantastic, or even electronics and things of that sort. It was awesome, and then I would buy it, and I'm like, oh, they bought that review. Yeah, somebody sent them the bottle, and then they're just rolling with it. And as I got to talking and thinking about it, I was like, you know what, we can do honest reviews. We buy our own stuff, so no one. I felt like we could say what we wanted to. If nobody watched, nobody watched. If people watched, they would know that they were getting open, honest reviews from Jones and Mann. Then when I started to play around with the title, I was like, Jones and Mann, that's like, I'm Jones and Mann for a drink. Everything just fell in place. So I was like, okay, well, now I got to get Jones on board. So I talked with him a couple conversations, and I think he was kind of like, yeah, you just kind of talking about it. But when I showed up with a couple bottles, and it wasn't just a drink and camera equipment, he was like, oh, man. And he kind of, appeased me by saying, okay, let's set it up. Let's try. It's gonna suck, but see how it goes. And then we did the first episode, and I was like, it felt natural. It felt really good. So then we did the second one after somebody didn't record it, and ever since then, it's been a pretty cool thing. And granted, I appreciate the clout, or not the clout, but the saying, hey, I do run a lot of what happens with Jones and Mann, but I'll be the first person to say that Jones is my yin to my yang, the balance that we provide each other.
I get wish it. We could do it's like Tip and Five Dog. I feel it.
Yeah. Very good matchup. I always give us a combination of Big Boy and Andre.
Big Boy and Dre.
So
which one is Big Boy?
Who is Andre 3000 though?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. All right. So let me go speed this up because they probably getting bored. Yeah. So before that, in the chat room, I see Orange Bird. I see AJ Travels 365. I see Chocolate Monet saying hello all. JC McKinney representing DC. What part is that? Is that Southeast or Northwest? What part of DC you checking in from, my man? DJ Shepard. Oh, he said he got the blue label. He rocking with the blue label. Birthday gift from his wife. Fine. Truth Seeker is in here, and Caesar S checking in from work. Appreciate that, Caesar S. We know you got a lot of stuff to do. All right, so first episode done. So where I came in is around the 1792 small batch video, which dropped on February 16th, 2018. That's about the time that I hit sub because I was thinking about starting my channel. And I'm a planner. And I was thinking about what bourbons am I going to review. And I was looking for 1792. I came up on YouTube and I see two black dudes looking like they're in the kitchen. And I'm like, what are these dudes doing in the kitchen? And I was like, okay, but I like the format. So I was like, okay. I went ahead and hit subscribe. All right, boom. So let's go in forward. July 13th, 2018. This is the video where I want you guys to talk about. This was the beginning of the Sugar Skull wave. So on that video, I believe there were some ladies in there. So make sure you shout out the ladies. Tell me a little bit about the Sugar Skull wave and what the intent was for that the whole thing.
Oh yeah. I think I remember those.
So I think the ladies were doing the intro. They were like, "I'm Jones."
Yeah. I remember that episode.
So who was that?
That was one of the first episodes in Studio West, which Studio West has grown a lot since then. It was Jelly, and I'm trying to think of her homegirl's name. Jones. So I'm not gonna put him on the spot, but
hey, if Jelly is in the chat, go ahead and tap in. Yeah. Tap into the chat so we know your name.
I'm trying to remember what her name was in the video, but I do remember her name.
I want to say like KC or something.
High C. It was High C or something like that.
Yeah.
It was one of those nights where the whole Sugar Skull wave came from. We had always said we needed to get involved. Well, not get involved, but I always hunt for what people are looking for that might be harder to find, what's popular. And Master P releasing something was a pretty big deal. And I looked, and I wasn't able to find them. And I looked up and got the whole set. So I was like, okay, well, this is an opportunity for us to start bringing in guests. I think that night we had our first green room session where that night was Jelly and her friend, but we had
it was a lot more people there because we cooked
at the house. So we were shooting episodes. We'd go out, we would have food on the grill, people out on the patio, chilling, drinking, talking, and then we would come in and shoot another episode, and then we would go out and mix with them. So I think it really where it flowered from just Jones and Mann to Jones and Mann and friends kind of deal. That whole Sugar Skull wave was like, hey, we just need to burn through them all. We had some really good guests involved in that process from end to end. And overall, I mean, a couple of those were really good.
Yeah. Right. That's what's up. All right. Hey, thanks for talking about that. All right. Want to make sure everybody is like, let me check in real quick to the chat and see who the livest person out here now.
So while you checking in, I want the first person in the chat. I have and we'll check from the video. So if you know you were the first person in the chat, go ahead and go to jonesandman@gmail.com and send me your address, because I'm gonna send you one of these Jones and Man masks,
Yeah,
because this is a
Debbie.
cultural thing now. So I want y'all out sporting and rocking and telling people about Jones and Man without even having to open your mouth. But I also want you to be safe.
Yeah, I think the first person was Debbie Pittman. So you get $5 too. Also, Debbie,
Oh,
appreciate you being first, man.
five for being
Appreciate
Oh,
that.
that's
first.
what I'm talking about.
Okay,
Appreciate
Oh,
that. Yeah, we
that.
gotta get some money away before they start dropping off.
that's right.
All right.
And also, I want us to give away some more money. I got a question for you. Now, it's gonna be the first person to chat, to put something in the chat. So get your chat fingers ready. What I want you to do is the first person to put in chat a Jones and Man saying, whatever one of the sayings that you heard,
Mm,
put it in the chat,
mm.
and we're gonna send you some money too. So go ahead and do that. And
That's what's
then
up.
as we're going on, we'll try and get some of this Cash App money sent to you. Now, once you do that, you're gonna have to send us. You're gonna have to put your Cash App out there too. Same thing, Deb. You gotta put your Cash App out there so we can get that
Yeah,
money
put
to
your
you.
cash up out there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm about to go back in. Am I good?
Yep, you're good. You're good.
Cool. All right. So Jones and Man time. Like I told you, we was gonna be banter. We doing something new, brand new. All right. So wardrobe change. First time anybody ever did this. We put on the glasses.
Okay, I see him mid-episode wardrobe change. I see you.
Oh,
Oh, is that the Jones and Man?
right. Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Okay,
Yeah.
rocking it, rocking
Yeah.
it.
Nice,
All right.
very
So
nice.
check this out. So January 2019. So I remember that y'all did a Christmas episode, and that's when I saw Man's with this. I saw a man with this hat on. Y'all was like, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. And I was just thinking to myself, like, wow, this dude was really feeling himself. He got hats. I was like, it seemed kind of premature to me, because I think you was probably at about, maybe you might have been at around 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
Something like that. And I was like,
We
so
hadn't hit
part of me
1,000.
was saying that, but the other part of me was like, I like the aggression, and I think it's maybe it's that whole Brooklyn part of me was like, yeah, I like the aggression. So I sent you an email in January. I was like, yo, let me get some of that merch, because I saw that you were moving. I saw that you were making a move there.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let me go ahead and toss a lob. Let me get some of that merch. Man, one of the things I learned about business is, like, if you're not willing to spend your own money, you can't expect anybody else to.
Yeah.
So when I saw you making your move with the hat, you remember that I sent you the email.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, can I get a t-shirt? And you said, I don't have any t-shirts, but I got hats. And I was like, cool, I'll get one. Now, I want to ask you right now, please do not release any more of these hats. I think you should do this. This should be like a Supreme drop for the day ones, because look, I mean, if you wasn't there for that first batch, I mean, maybe make a different run, a different color, but like, this is the official first run J&M,
Yeah.
right?
So make it exclusive.
Don't tell me how many of these you made, but like, I remember I was like, I gotta get one of these hats. So I'm gonna go ahead and rep this hat for the rest of the whole episode.
Okay.
And let me go ahead and finish up. So that was January 2019, and we kept in touch via email. And about a year later, the Prestige Decanter promo came out, and I saw it again. I was like, okay, he's making his move again. And like, I just knew by then that, so I knew that you guys had a better chance at making it than me, because my format is a little different. In case you guys haven't seen my channel before, my format is more, so anyway, I do all my videos dry. I basically crack a bottle, brand new. I try it. I give you my first impression, because I was thinking people like reaction videos. Let me give them a reaction video. But then I also wanted to come back and do a long-term review, like after I spent like 2 weeks, a month with it. So my format is I do my initial review dry, and then I come back and say, hey, this is what I think. So I know for YouTube, they say you want to do three things. You want to inform, entertain, or inspire. So I'm more on the information side, because it's two of you guys. You guys had to entertain and inform. So I was like, all right, he's making his move. And it's kind of like, man, I tell people like you just can't be a hater, man. It's like part of the body. Like if that left leg move forward, like the whole body is moving forward. And I wanted to support you. So without putting our business in the street, man, you know what's up. I contacted you.
Yep.
I said, hey, let me go ahead and work with you on this whole thing. I think it worked out well, and I appreciate that. And I remember you asked me if if you wanted me to shout you out or something. And I remember I was like, I'm just doing this for the culture. Like,
right.
I don't want anything. Like, I want you to win. And I feel that even now. So that was January 2020. And we kept in touch ever since then. And then I saw the Jones video about the Dalmore 12 whiskey. And I remember, if y'all go back, you'll see a comment where you was like, what are we going to do next? And I said, you should do a live because this is like the Versus era. I'm not sure who all is on IG who know about the Versus. Versus is like the new wave, the IG live. So I was like, you got to do a live. But then I didn't expect Mann to email me and was like, you want to be in the live? So I was like, I got to show and prove now. So I was like, yo, let's do it. And, you guys saw, we talked one time for an hour before that. The next time we talked was that promo y'all saw with us live. So that was my whole interaction with Jones, man, how I got to be, down with the team and what I'm doing here today. That's all I got. I'm going to throw it back to you guys.
Okay. Well, B, let me say, and then we'll jump into the review. But I really appreciate your support. And like you took us through that. The timeline was awesome. I know, Jones, you probably reflecting a little bit on that and like how we get into all this craziness. But you have supported us from the beginning. And I appreciate all of our Joneses out that have done that. And I think that our relationship is a good example. That one thing I started from the beginning of this, I said we were going to do honest reviews. And everyone that we've done since then, even though we've been given bottles, it's still been, hey, you're going to get the real. Like, you can't get Jones to act like he likes something. I mean, you could tell it on his face from the jump.
That Jones face? When he
and second,
I got to clap when I say this because I'm black. Sorry, y'all. But when Jones don't like something, that face is priceless.
Yep. And second, in this space of YouTube and what we're doing, I feel like you got to support each other. And I have always, I respond to comments, I send messages. If someone said, even if they don't say, hey, I want to collab, I reach out to folks and say, hey, I want to collab. I want to do something. Let's get up. I know I sent an email to like Tasty Tuesday a long time ago, and we just, schedules didn't align. I know they probably was like, we don't know this guy from a grain of sand, but I'm like, I'm gonna be in Greenville if something's going on. I even went by.
They're probably like, yo, who is this dude?
I went by one of the stores that they shop at, and it's not because I feel like necessarily like I feel like now we've grown a little bit. We got a little size, but it's not like I'm trying to just jump on everybody else's coattails. It's the point of, I feel like if we work together, we grow together. If I got 10,000 subscribers and somebody got 500 and they really hustling and they want to get up and do a collabo, and one thing, I try and keep content clean, and we try. You do. That's the Jones and Mann brand. But as long as it doesn't hurt the brand, I'm down for working with folks. If it's a big creator, I want to work with you. If it's a little creator, and because I know that when I tried to reach out to bigger people, I got a lot of doors shut, and everybody was like, nah, or either I got no response at all. And truth be told, what you get from me and Jones is just like if you came here to Studio West and you sat down with us. The bar is open. We got expensive stuff back there that I'm always like, have a sip, have a taste, get a sample of. That's just not, we Southern boys. That's how we are, and that's how we do. So without further ado, without going into all that, I appreciate all the support. I know everybody's been waiting for us to jump into it. Let's get into the ride that we're going to review today.
Let's go ahead and get into the ride. Before that, let me chop in the chat. I see Randomized 850, Eddie M, Mr. Bill. I see AJ Travels again, Money Low. I'm trying to see who is the livest person in this live chat. Like, can we give $10 to the livest person in the live chat? Because I don't know.
Let's do it.
Can we do that? All right, we'll have to see. All right, jumping into the review. All
right.
right, let me go ahead and switch.
So everybody knows the program right now. It is house rules. We're gonna pull out our bottle, and for Ryemageddon, everyone has a bottle or at least a sample. I think Jones, you ended up getting a bottle too, right? Of this Elijah Craig rye. And we're gonna pop this open today. I've actually popped mine open already because I made sure Jones had a sample. We're gonna talk a little bit about it. We're gonna do our house rules. We're gonna pour us a neat pour, and then we're gonna pour it on the rocks and basically tell y'all what we think about it. But now you're gonna get it 3 times. So this Elijah Craig is 94 proof. It was about $30, somewhere in that neighborhood. I want to say it was like 29 or 30, between 29 and 35. I guess I should know at this point.
It was 30.
It's 30, yeah. Okay, so
it's 30.
You just picked up one in it. Jones, did you have any additional background that you wanted to give around Elijah Craig or this rye before I?
No, sir.
No. Okay.
No.
So Elijah Craig.
Let me tap in for.
Go ahead. Tap in.
I'm the whole info guy. So these are all put out by Heaven Hill Distillery. Did you know that Heaven Hill is the largest independent, family-owned and operator, produced and marketer of distilled spirits in the U.S.? They're the largest independent, family-owned brand. One factoid. Number 2, Elijah Craig small batch, right? So that's the main. They first dropped that in 1986. This is a line extension of that. I think they got. Man, you probably know this. They got the small batch, they got the barrel proof, they got the 18, and what's the other one? The 23 or something?
They have a 23.
Yeah,
they got 23.
18. Here's a.
You got the 23 back there?
Barrel proof. I don't have a 23.
Yeah, the barrel proof. So, did you know though? And I'm gonna take y'all back here for everybody in the chat. Did you know that Heaven Hill also produces Hypnotic? That's the people behind Hypnotic.
Did not know that.
Shout out. Yeah.
Did you also know that fits in the line of their regular Heaven Hill products? You've ever had Hypnotic.
Yeah, so who remember the Incredible Hulk, Hypnotic and Hennessy? Who was that? That was me. Okay. Yeah, what's up, Jones? You never had that Incredible Hulk before? Hypnotic, Heaven Hill, what's up? Go ahead.
I was more
like a tipsy tail about to come out?
Yeah, I was more, Incredible Hulks were good, but I was more of a Purple Passion kind of guy.
Thug Passion? You a Thug Passion dude.
No, Purple Passion.
Everclear.
Purple, it was grape juice and Everclear. You get you one of those and you good to go, man.
Nah. Hey. I didn't do that. But thanks for telling me. I was a Thug Passion. Well, the way I made it was Alizé and Hennessy. I don't know. Apparently there's different formulas, but Thug Passion to me was Alizé and Hennessy. But I was on the Incredible Hulk wave. So anyway, shout out for Heaven Hill. That's just a little factoid. All right, I messed you up, man. Go ahead.
2 days. One, I stopped drinking Hypnotic once I smelled it because it stinks. But back to the rye. This is their first rye expression under the Elijah Craig name. Elijah Craig was a minister actually, and that's funny because we had a viewer or a commenter upset because I used 666. And just to clear the air, we're not trying to do anything devilish, but I just found it amusing. I was like, okay, well, I didn't know we had a heavy church presence on our drinking channel, but I appreciate it. And it just goes to show that Elijah Craig was a preacher, and he actually went to he ended up in Kentucky because he was trying to excel in his religious freedoms. He just happened to distill on the side. And that's where the Elijah Craig brand was born. The rye Elijah Craig, it really only has one rye bill. They also make Rittenhouse, and they also do, what was the other one? I can't think of what the third one is, but
Pikesville. Go ahead. It was Rittenhouse, which is bottle and bond, 100 proof. and Pikesville,
and
which is
Pikesville.
110 proof.
And all
Pikesville.
three follow the same rye bill. There's just a little bit of difference in so that rye is what they call it barely legal. It's 51%. Everything else is what is the difference between Rittenhouse and Pikesville. So I think without further ado, we just go ahead and pour ourselves, if we haven't already, a neat pour and a pour on the
A
rocks.
neat pour. See, so man, let me say this. This is how I know like Jones and Mann is gonna be more successful than me because like some of these comments that people leave, man, it's just I get it. This is just the Brooklyn part of me. It's just like I mean, I'm not gonna like you invited me here. You invite people into your house. I'm not gonna say anything, but like I might have had a response different than what you did. But you're gonna win for that. You're gonna win for that, man.
All right, so let's get into this first dosing.
Okay.
What do y'all think? I got my initial thoughts. What do y'all think?
I'm
I
getting
say let's.
grain. I'm getting grass. I'm getting grass.
Yeah.
Jones?
I am getting. I'm not getting a lot of booze, which I'm happy. But I mean, it's 94 proof, right? So it's a little bit stronger than the Sazerac, and I already know Jones is a fan of Sazerac.
What are you getting
It
on the
smells
nose,
good.
Jones?
It doesn't smell like Elijah Craig normal.
Yeah,
What you got, Jones?
that's a step away from the regular Elijah Craig, and I do get a lot of. I get a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of barrel, but I don't get any other proofage. So at 94, you would assume that it's going to have a lot of alcohol kind of smell or burn to it, but it smells really clean. So I say we just taste it and see what we get.
Well, y'all
Wait,
know
wait,
what it
wait,
is.
wait. Before we taste it, because this is the first live chat ever, can we just do like a whole shot for the chat?
Well, let's do this. I want to go ahead and I want to get an initial sip, and then we'll finish it off in a shot for sure. Clink 'em and drink 'em. Clink, clink, clink. Mm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
The mouth feels kind of whack to me. I'm getting that rye. I'm getting that pepper.
Yep.
The finish is kind of weak too. I mean, the finish is quick to me. I don't know.
Yeah, on the. Are we going to finish up with the shot, guys, or you guys already finished?
No, I got mine. Let's finish up with a shot. Come on.
Clink 'em and drink 'em.
Clink 'em and drink 'em. Woo.
That's clean. That's clean as a whistle right there.
Yeah.
All right.
So, go ahead, guys.
Jones, I'll leave you
Jones,
first,
you
and
go.
then because the
Yeah, go,
screen
Jones.
goes Jones, me, B. So I'm gonna lead with you, Jones, and then we'll keep on swiping across.
All right. So on the neat shot, so are we going to rate the neat shot separately from the rock sport?
You can do that.
Yeah, because I haven't taken the rock sport.
Me either.
So
we haven't even.
Yeah, we
so
haven't either.
So on the neat or the shot at 94, Elijah Craig, the normal Elijah Craig, the small batch, the single barrel,